Hello and welcome to the Artemide Alphabet of Light Configurator tutorial. I'm David Romaskirchen, and today I want to show you how you can plan and visualize professional lighting systems on your own by using our new AOL configurator. To do so, please first open the Artemide homepage at www.artemide.com. Here, click Configurator in the navigation bar at the top. Click Start to continue without logging in and to start the configuration directly. Or click Create your account or log in to create an account. Then you can save your project at any time. For our tutorial, we start immediately without logging in. You can now choose between our two configurators. Today we're focusing on AOL. Enter the approximate dimensions of your room in centimeters using plus and minus, or enter the dimensions directly. For example, for the height 400 centimeters, for the width 700 centimeters, and for the depth of the room 900 centimeters, and confirm by clicking Next Step. The room you have just defined now appears in a 3D view. But before we start, let's have a quick look at the menus. On the left side are all the steps you will go through during the configuration, so you always know which step you're working on. The top menu bar contains all the tools. First, the cursor. Second, an overview of the light modules used. Third, arrow buttons to undo and redo actions. Zoom buttons to zoom in and zoom out. And several views of the room. 2D views including a top view, a bottom view, a side view, and a front view, and the 3D view you already know. Here you can select several modules at once. You can use a ruler to measure your configuration. And you can also save your project if you already have an account. And if you need an explanation of the icons, just click the question mark. You can always look them up here. Now you know the important control elements, let's start the configuration. Click the pen icon and then click Step 1. Here you can choose between surface mounted modules and suspension modules. You can choose between horizontal modules with 45 and 60 degree curves, linear modules in 3 different lengths, and 2 light modules with 90 degree curves. The difference between the 45 and 60 degree modules is that these are curved modules for vertical mounting, for example at the transition from wall to ceiling or SMD to suspension modules. Let's start here. Simply drag and drop a 90 degree module into the room and place it at the transition from wall to ceiling. The 3D view is a great way to check the configuration. Next, add a wall module. To do so, switch to the 2D front view and drag and drop a linear module into the room. Drag it close to the placed module and the module is automatically placed at its end. Switch back to the 3D view to check the light modules. Next, add ceiling modules. To do so, switch to the top view and place a short linear module in the room via drag and drop. Add another short linear module. If the module is not positioned correctly, you can click it and bring it into the desired position using the 2 arrow buttons. Then simply drag it to where you want it to be. SMD and suspension modules can be combined in the configurator. The vertical 90 degree modules can be used to connect SMD and suspension modules. Place a 90 degree down module at the end of your configuration, then switch back to the 3D view. As you can see, the element tilts downwards. Add another 90 degree module, but this time a 90 degree up suspension module. Place the module in the room via drag and drop. Now we are at a level where we can add suspension modules. To do so, switch back to the top view. Add a short linear module, but this time select the suspension version and place it at the end of the configuration. You can also use curve modules. To use the space for practice purposes, place a linear suspension module, for example the 120 cm module, maybe 2 more curve modules with 60 degrees, and finally a 180 cm suspension module and a 120 cm one. Switch back to the 3D view to check the entire configuration. Everything looks good, all modules are in the right place. You can also click the ruler in the menu bar to see the dimensions of your configuration if you want to make changes. Which is not important for our tutorial, so click the ruler again. Switch back to the 3D view and continue with step 2. To do so, click the arrow button down here. In step 2, you set the optical characteristics. If you accidentally skip to step 3, you will see the following error message. Property missing. It says, click on each module of your configuration and select the icon settings in order to set the element properties before proceeding to the next step. Selecting the icon all elements from the toolbar and then the icon settings, you will be able to set the common properties of all elements in your configuration. Please select each light module separately. To do so, click the first module and then the icon settings. Select 3000 Kelvin for the color temperature. And don't cancel like I just did, confirm your selection. Click the next module and go to settings again. Keep the 3000 Kelvin and confirm. You can also select several light modules at once. To do so, press and hold the Control key and then click each desired light module. They are then highlighted in green. Do this with all the modules and go to settings. Again, select 3000 Kelvin and confirm. Now that all modules have been defined, continue with step 3. In this step, you add the required driver. To add a driver, you can click the white dots next to the light modules. Let's start with the dot up here. You can choose between DALI dimmable and app dimmable. Important to know, the app driver cannot be controlled by a DALI dimming system and vice versa. Select app dimmable and confirm. The first light module is now green and you can see how much power is left in the bottom left corner. Click another module to add it. Now it's also green and the remaining power in the left box decreases. Add a module and the power decreases. Add another module, the power decreases again. You can do this until there is no power left. Add a module, still good, everything is still green. Another module, and now the remaining color is shown in red, which means an additional drive is needed to supply the remaining modules with power. There's a message, do you want to add another driver? Confirm of course, select app dimmable and confirm again. Add the 2 remaining light modules. Just click them and now all light modules are green, which means all modules are supplied with sufficient power. You have now defined all the settings for your configuration and can now create an overview of your configuration in the 4th and final step. Please wait a moment. you will get a detailed list with all the products you have used. It's a really detailed list, including product images, description, code, and quantity. If you scroll down, you'll see that all required parts are listed, including fasteners and suspensions. And finally, you can save the list, export it, download a PDF, or request a quote. We are saving the list. To do so, you have to create an account. Enter your email address and choose a unique password. You will then receive a confirmation email with an activation link. We have already created an account, so we can show you. We simply log in. And can now enter a project name for the configuration. For example, Alphabet of Light Test configuration. Now you have saved your project and successfully completed your first AOL configuration. If you want to work on your configuration again later, you can do so anytime. Go to the Artemide homepage www.artemide.com and select My Area in the menu bar to open your personal Artemide area. We have already done that. Click Your Configurations on the right side. Here you can see all the configurations you have created and when you last modified them. Open your test configuration again, and you can edit your previously saved configuration or add something to it. You can also go directly to step 4 again to get the list with all the components you have used. We just mentioned exporting the list. To do so, scroll down to the bottom of the list and click Export. You can now download 2D and 3D data. You can choose between 7 different file formats. This concludes our tutorial. If you have any questions about the configurator or the A24 system, please feel free to contact us at info@artemide.com. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you all the best for your future configurations.